Tennessee Lady Vols lost their previous two games. They've been shooting colder than the weather outside. That is how bad it's gotten. They can't hit the broadside of a barn. There's all kinds of metaphors and fancy sayings I could use right now. It really is. But let me tell you something. They're fixing to head to Stegman Coliseum to face the Georgia Lady Bulldogs. Now, Lady Bulldogs just lost to Alabama, 68-53, which isn't anywhere near embarrassing to Tennessee's 30-point loss to UConn. And their shooting was so cold in that game, I think folks actually went outside to warm up. I really do. It was bad. Now, you would think Kim Caldwell wants to, I don't know, get her team to actually be shooting the ball, making smart shot selection. And I think Kim Caldwell's a good coach. I do. And I don't think she's in over her head. I think she's just got ladies that can't decide to shoot correctly this season. Well, Georgia, Tennessee's ranked 15th right now. They ain't going to be ranked 15th when this game's played, but I'm recording it on Sunday night, Monday morning. Lady Bulldogs are ranked 23rd in the nation. Tennessee's 14-5, and Georgia's 18-4. So I'm looking at these two teams. It's going to be interesting. Now, if they keep shooting the way that if Tennessee Lady Vols keep shooting the way that they're shooting, well, I can't imagine that it'll be much of a game. Had one of the Lady Vols shoot 8 for 24. You can't get any, if you're shooting field goal range 8 of 24, one, you're making stupid shots. Two, you got problems. And she was the high score. Now, you know I love my Lady Vols, but this can't keep on. Now, Georgia is doing pretty darn good. They got some real good players on this team. Both of them do. And Tennessee right now is second in the SEC when it comes to rankings. I'm not talking about the AP top 25. I'm talking about, they're only a half a point behind South Carolina right now. But we got to follow this game. Or we got to watch this game. Now, as a Lady Vols fan, you know who I'm rooting for, but we're going to take a look at the numbers, as I always do. And, Talisha Cooper, Danny Carnegie. This will be an interesting game for them. Janiyah Barker, Mia Woolfolk. It really will be an interesting game. So, let's see who's going to win it. Also, if you don't mind, hey, I've almost got my hours. I could use 500 people. That would really help me out on my YouTube. That I'm real close. But let's get into this game. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball, and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, since Lady Vols are heading into Stegman. We're going to start with them first. 78.4 points a game. Not a bad number. 63 points are getting scored on them. That's a little high. 41% field goal percentage. Like I said, their shooting is getting colder than the weather outside. 42.1 rebounds. Not bad. Could be better. 14.3 assists a game. They ain't playing as a team. 4.3 blocks. I I ain't even getting into it. Anybody that follows my channel knows my stance on blocks and what's going on. 11.8 steals a game. That's not bad. Now, Talacia Cooper's leading scorer. She's in the game 25.2 minutes a game. 14.7 points a game. 5.6 rebounds. By the way, she's top scorer. 4.1 assists. She's top in assists. 3.2 steals. She leads in that category. 0.4 blocks. 2.8 turnovers. That's way too high. You're only in there for 25.2 minutes and you got 2.8 turnovers. Yes, she's got the ball a lot, but still. 41.8 field goal percentage. That number's just been dropping. That ain't good and it's getting annoying. 64% free throw percentage and 31.9 3-point percentage. Janai Barker, second leading scorer, also leads in rebounds. She's tied with Z Spearman on that category. 14 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.2 steals, 1 block. Why you've got forwards that ain't blocking, I don't know. 2.4 turnovers. That's another one that shouldn't be there. 46% field goal percentage. Hey, she's doing decent at shooting it. She's being smarter about her shot placement. She's got 31.7 3-point percentage. Probably needs to stick in between the arc, but at least she's doing a little bit better. Or at least she's doing about the same as everybody else in the 3-point line. 71.6 free throw percentage. Mia Paldo. Her and her sister, hey, they're doing good for this team. Maybe her sister needs to be in there a little bit more, though. Mia Paldo's 23.3 minutes a game, 12.1 points, 2.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.4 steals, 1.2 turnovers, no blocks at all, 40.6 field goal percentage, just no. 86.7 free throw percentage and 33.6 3-point percentage. Z Spearman is at 25.1 minutes a game, 11.2 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.8 steals, 1.4 blocks. She leads in that category. 2.6 turnovers, which high. 39.4 field goal percentage, 59.4 free throw percentage, and 25.7 3-point percentage. This team has a 30% 3-point percentage. They ain't taking smart shots. 41.2 field goal percentage. They really are not taking smart shots. These ladies are getting rested up in the games. You've only played 19 games. This is going to be your 20th game. You're well rested. I mean, you've got 4 players over 400 minutes. You got 2 over 300, and you got 2 a little over 200, and you got 3 sitting there at less than 200. Well, actually 4, because you got 1 that's sitting at under 50. You're well rested team, but you're shooting so bad it ain't even funny. I, this good team, they need to spend the next couple of days just sitting there shooting the ball, doing mic and drills. You know what I have to say about this. It's a good team. Talacia Cooper, Z Spearman, Janai Barker, all of them. Mia Paldo. All of them are good, but they ain't showing it. And that's the coach needs to get in there and do something to change that up. Now, Georgia Lady Bulldogs, 75 points a game. A little bit worse than Tennessee, but they're doing better on defense. 57.4 points are getting scored against them on average. 45% field goal percentage. Better than Tennessee. 38.9 rebounds. That's worse than Tennessee. 14.6 assists. They're doing better than Tennessee by just a hair, but still could be a little bit better. 3.4 blocks. That's worse than Tennessee. That's and then 9 steals. They ain't playing a lot of defense by the stats, but they're doing better than Tennessee on defense. Danny Carnegie leading in points, rebounds. She's a guard, and she's leading in rebounds. 18.3 points a game with 32.2 minutes a game. 5.9 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.6 steals, no blocks, 2.2 turnover, 46.1 field goal percentage, 82.6 free throw percentage, 40.3 3-point percentage. In other words, she's taking smart shots, making sure she knows where the ball is. She's somewhat decent at grabbing the ball up from the other team. Mia Woolfolk in there 21.6 minutes a game with 12.1 points a game. 5.5 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.4 blocks, 1.9 turnover, 58.3 field goal percentage, but she can't hit a three-pointer. But when she's in the arc, she knows where she's putting the shot up. That's a scary thing right there. But she ain't taking many shots if she's at 58.3 field goal percentage and only at 12.1 points. Trinity Turner, who leads in assists and steals, third leading scorer, 32.4 minutes a game, 11.8 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, 2.6 turnovers, 39.1 field goal percentage, 70.2 free throw percentage, and 29.9 3-point percentage. Now, there's a reason she ain't the leading scorer, and she could be with those kind of percentages if she fixed herself. Now, Riley Thurkoff is leading is fourth leading scorer, 27.1 minutes a game. She's guard, 10.6 points a game, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 0.7 steals, 0.1 blocks, 1.5 turnovers, 41.5 field goal percentage, 85.7 free throw percentage, and 40.7 3-point percentage. This team's at 34.6 3-point percentage, so just a hair over 1 out of every 3 shots going in when they shoot from 3-point line. 44.8 field goal percentage. Got several players that paying attention where they're shooting the ball. But Danny Carnegie's sitting at, okay, they're at 22 games. It's going to be their 23rd. Danny Carnegie and Trinity Turner are at over 700 minutes for the season. You got you got Riley Thurkoff at 596 for the season, 490 or 431 for Mia Woolfolk, and Egelina Gonzalez has got 414. They probably need to balance out this team a little bit on time. Yeah, Danny Carnegie's doing what she needs to do on average, but they need to have, a little bit more rest, especially coming up. This this is an NCAA team. This Georgia Lady Bulldogs are going to the NCAAs. Um, seriously, they're doing somewhat good on their shooting. They just need to switch out the players a little bit more at this point. They need to mix and match, see what can work a little bit better. But honestly, they're doing so good that I can understand why Katie Abrahamson-Henderson don't want to change anything up. I really do. But still, Danny Carnegie and Trinity Turner need to be a little bit more rested for when the NCAAs come up. I'm looking at this game. If Tennessee plays to their ability, they should be able to beat Georgia. I have no problems with the idea that Tennessee can beat Georgia if they actually start shooting the ball correctly. That being said, it's at Stegman, and what most likely will happen will be the Lady Bulldogs will win this game. I'm looking at this, and more of the Georgia Bulldogs are shooting correctly. They're not shooting 8 for 24 on a regular basis. They're looking like a team that deserves to go to the NCAAs. Lady Vols, for them to win this game, they need to actually shoot the ball correctly. They need Talasia Cooper to play her game. They need Janiyah Barker to play her game. Z Spearman, Mia Paldo, they need to get in there and they need to hit their shots correctly. They need to actually think about where they're putting that ball from. They need to go, okay, I can make this shot and make it. Or if they don't think they can make the shot, toss it out to somebody else who can. I mean, seriously. Don't worry about the 3-point shots. Just worry about the shots you can make. There needs to be some common sense applied. This late in the season, you should not be getting cold on shooting. You should be ready. Now, I'm a Tennessee redneck. That's why I'm bringing this up. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking Georgia's going to win this game because how cold Lady Vols have gotten when it comes to shooting. I think this is going to be one of them rare years, the first and only year that the Lady Vols ain't going to make it to the NCAA tournament because they ain't showing that they deserve to be in the NCAA tournament right now. Now, if they can win this game, okay, fine. They're showing that they deserve to be in there, but I honestly, the shooting they're doing right now, the lack of intelligent shooting, I don't see a way for them to win this game. They've had 2 games of it where they ain't been shooting worth the flip. They ain't been shooting worth the flip most of the year, but they've been winning. But the past 2 games has caught up with them. Mississippi State, and well, of course, that happened against UConn. The teams that I foresee winning or even making it into the Final Four this year are the teams that are shooting 50% plus from field goal range. They're taught how to shoot intelligently. Kim Caldwell needs to instill that into this team. Mia and Maya Paldo could be great for her. Get them started now, learning how to shoot the ball intelligently. But I'm really, I want to see Lady Vols win this one. They really can. They should be able to win this game, but I ain't seeing it. I could be wrong, but I ain't seeing it right now because they ain't shooting worth a flip. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, that's my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget that either. Hey, this has been Paul with
Artlist.io.
Redneck Thinker Media. I do sports, I do politics. Hit like, subscribe, and y'all, this has been Paul. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.